All right, 5 o'clock having arrived, I would officially call the meeting to order. Has the meeting been properly posted and the roll been taken?
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 2 is approval of the minutes. 2.1 are minutes from August 7th, 2023. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 3 is communications. Communications this evening, so we'll move on to item number 4, which is a public hearing, review, possible recommendation regarding Hague Mueller for JJ Superior Metal Incorporated. 4.1 is a public hearing on a request to consider a conditional use petition to allow for a group development multi-tenant industrial land use at 2008 Hobbs Drive in the manufacturing light ML zoning district. Again, applicant Mueller for JJ Superior Metal Incorporated. At this time, I would open the public hearing and invite staff to start us off.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, this is in front of us for 2008 Hobbs Drive because there's 2 primary structures on this property. This did go in front of the DRC about 2 weeks ago, and they had some comments that we added in here, but got their approval through the DRC. And the 2 owners are here tonight, along with Tom, right?
Tom, yeah.
Tom Lawrence. If you got any questions, Tom's their representative and can probably answer those for you.
Sure.
Great.
Hi.
Thanks, yeah, you're welcome to come up to the podium.
Good evening. Do you have any questions?
Any questions from committee members? Otherwise, we do have the information, but if you want to hit on some other potential highlights that might spark.
Sure, sure. Well, what we've got is we're trying to put in 2 kind of warehouse office structures that will be multi-tenant. The owners here, and they'll be leasing out. There are currently 2 structures with 4 bays each for leasing out. It's kind of similar to a project that was built just south of this lot. It looks a little different, but essentially the operation is basically the same. So, and that's kind of it in a nutshell. We met with the DRC. They had some requests. We, of course, honored those requests. We resubmitted the drawings with some additional landscaping because there was some misunderstanding on the zoning. So we increased the landscaping 2-fold and resubmitted. That's where we are.
Yes, well.
Do you have any particular marketing in mind?
You mean what kind of tenants or, yeah, I guess I would defer to the owner for that information.
It's pretty much, I mean, it can be anywhere from retail.
Could we have you just come up, because we're recording and it just comes through more.
We were kind of thinking, it's gonna kind of be a build a suit kind of situation, so we kind of really don't know the marketing to who's gonna be kind of attracted to this kind of situation. We're kind of hoping it's gonna attract maybe, small business, maybe plumbers, maybe a small carpentry shop or anything that has to do with small business, pretty much. That's gonna be something that's follows the prerequisites of the, with no painting and all that kind of stuff. So, and we're really kind of open to, it's kind of like an open-ended question. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, in a perfect world, anything that you guys would recommend would be the answer, but as of right now, we really don't know. So it would be a company that would fulfill your guys' prerequisites pretty much.
So JJ, excuse me, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah.
So JJ Superior Metals is incorporated, just putting up the building.
No, we're also gonna target to have a location of our own. We're in the manufacturing of sheet metal products. That's,
Laser cutting, that type of stuff?
yeah, shearing and bending is pretty much, we're more in fabricating the manufacture.
Okay,
So
and
it's all,
you're gonna occupy part of this building?
yes, yes.
Half of it, or?
We don't know yet, we're thinking 1 or 2 units, it all depends on, who's leasing it and who's, you know, 'cause we're also thinking of phase 2, you know, after we build this one, because we have the other parcel next to it, so we really kind of, this is kind of going on a whim.
And you have existing operation currently?
We have an existing, operation in Hillside, Illinois, yes, and that's very successful, that's where we have, summer homes out here. We see what's going on with, the area flourishing and everything, and we're kind of looking to hop on the growth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Good. Are there any other individuals in the audience that wish to speak at this time regarding this issue? Hearing none. With that, I would close the public hearing and move on to item number 4.2, which is consider a conditional use petition to allow for a group development multi-tenant industrial land use at 2008 Hobbs Drive in the manufacturing light ML zoning district. Again, applicant Hank Mueller for JJ Superior Incorporated. Anyone care to make a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I would move the item recommendation to the council as presented in the minutes, and including the additions provided by staff.
Thank you. There's been a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thank you.
With that, item number 5.
Good luck.
Thank you, sorry.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you again.
Good evening. Good weather.
Item number 5, business. Any other business? Item number 6 is update on building and zoning related matters.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, so I'm sure some of you probably heard of the fire that was on, near Matthews and 4th Street. The fire department was able to put that out, early Sunday morning. I'm not exactly sure what caused the fire, but they were able to put it out. I think it affected, 4 different properties and 7 different small, outbuildings. But it was under control, and I believe the fire department was doing an investigation today as to what the exact cause was that caused that. Otherwise, US Shelter, one of our main builders in the city of Delavan, I had a conversation with them today. And over the weekend, they had more interest in some of their properties out on Arbor Ridge. So they said they were gonna be bringing some more permits in. So that subdivision's moving fairly fast and better than they thought it would. And, same thing out on Evergreen and Tamarack. And then I'm out over at Harbor Club every day. So they keep coming in, and I believe I've got 10 single-family homes that I'll be issuing to Harbor Club in the next 2 weeks. So otherwise, the Noodles and Company and Qdoba, Fire Inspector Jennifer O'Neill and myself were there today. They're gonna probably be opening up before the end of September. So they have a few things left to do in their parking lot, but the majority of what they need from the city is completed, other than finishing the parking lot and getting it striped. So I'll be looking forward to 2 new places to go to lunch.
Bill, the houses on the left side on the one going towards Janesville, are
Mhm.
those all sold?
So all of the ones that US Shelter had are all sold. I believe there's 3 homes that a builder from Illinois is doing, and I haven't communicated with them as to, they haven't told me whether or not any of those are sold, but otherwise, there's only 3 that I know of that are not sold. Okay, so majority of them are sold and spoken for.
And you mentioned Harbor Shores, Harbor Club.
Harbor Club.
Have they even started trying to divert their one driveway yet?
I'm gonna divert that question to Mark.
Traffic signal?
Yeah.
Traffic signal was approved by the DOT to get turned on. They're scheduling it with their division that does that.
So did they change that driveway or no?
The city council and the DOT have come to an agreement to leave the temporary driveway in for a period of time.
Alone. It has to be out by August 1st of 2025,
Really?
that's quite a while. Restored and everything. I mean, they have to have it out, they have to have the right of way restored completely.
It's very generous.
They're expecting to have their infrastructure in next year, I believe, so hopefully it won't last that long.
And then there wasn't another entrance, not the one that Mark was referring to, that they did close up, that goes into phase 2 of what they're doing, but they did close that up. There's a berm in front of it now. There used to be 2 entrances, one for the construction entrance and then one for the boat entrance. The construction entrance is now not there anymore.
Any other questions? I know you shared with me, T, earlier, but maybe you want to share with the committee, what we're looking at as far as overall. We talked about some of the residential growth, but the number just for this year.
Yeah, so we will definitely be over 60 homes for this year. At the rate they're going, I wouldn't be surprised if we made it to 70, but we'll for sure, with everything that I have, that's not completed yet, and with what I know is coming in, will be for sure over 60. I don't know, maybe we'll hit 70, 75, so.
Far exceeding any single year in the entire time
30
that Mark's been here for over 40 years.
And I think 32 is the highest that we've ever had.
So of those 60 or 65 homes, how many of those are ours?
So half of them will be out at Harbor Club, and then the majority of the other ones are at Harbor Ridge and Tamarack and Evergreen, so. Yeah, that subdivision kind of looks completely different if you took a picture a year ago. So,
You know, Harbor Ridge, you mean?
yeah,
Yeah, it's different.
yeah.
All right, any other questions? Oh, Will, Jim?
I'm not sure if this is the right place to bring it up, but I've had it in my mind for some time that the city has a definite lack of signs welcoming people into our community. Where do we need to go with that?
The
Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Paul's in charge of
Paul's like, hey, this is the first meeting I came to. See if I come back again.
What's our agenda
It's, I don't disagree.
Picky agenda item. We're a little less formal here.
She'll see you, imagine.
I'm
I
not
think
sure
your point is duly noted.
which committee that should fall on.
Yeah. Something we're to talk about. We've talked about the informational signage in the past. I brought it up a few times, but I think it's.
I agree with you guys, we need something like that.
I mean, we had those other ones, but
Maintenance,
yeah, on.
Yeah. Something nice, something on each of the main thoroughfares coming in, going out.
Well, there's no.
Depending on how elaborate they are, I can tell you they run about 20 grand a piece. Depending on lighting and material and everything.
70 new homes, 1,000 new
It
apartments.
might be something that tourism could talk about.
The mayor's gonna have more money to play with than he.
It might be something you want to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah. Good idea. Paul, can you, we'll talk, huh? If there's no other updates or questions, and no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion, second. All in favor of adjournment, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Thanks, everyone. I hope everyone had a nice holiday weekend.
Yeah.